Hello everybody and welcome back to Survive with me. Last episode we reached space with the Rincadon shuttle and we've mapped out some asteroids, found some ores. In this episode we're going to be discussing a few of the things that are going to be happening in space. So right off the bat we've got some cargo ships flying around. As you can see, these ships are neutral by their white tags. They have a faction tag at the start, so ENMG is the faction tag. You can actually build relationships with these factions. If you go to the control panel and to the faction tab, you can see all the ones that you've currently discovered. Here, there'll obviously be factions which you haven't encountered yet, and you can see your reputation with said faction. You can propose peace, declare war, you can improve your relations, you can destroy your reputation by grinding and attacking grids. You will start off as hostile with space pirates and the space spiders, and then everyone else will be neutral at the start. So these ships, because they're neutral, you can actually just fly over to them and basically take them, but that will damage your reputation. You've got various different types of ships. You've got military branch, economy branch, industrial branch ships. As a general rule of thumb, blue ships are economy, so trading ships, large cargo containers, etc. Yellow are industrial ships, so they'll have refineries, assemblers on board as well as ores. And then grey and black are military ships, so they're going to have solid weaponry, heavy armour, so I'd be a bit more cautious about attacking those. What you'll also notice are Mayday and SPRT signals. These will flash. Every now and then you'll see one pop up. And these can be, as I mentioned in my last video, a derelict ship, a derelict base. It could be an active ship or base which will spawn drones. So you need to be a bit cautious when approaching these. They will flash roughly every 60 seconds, so it can be hard to sort of target them. But I believe I'm pointing at an SPRT one right now. I'm just going to wait for it to flash. It can be a bit difficult to spot them sometimes. There's a Mayday and an SPRT that I've sighted so far. So let's just see if we can get another little... Right, there it is. So I'm going to fly over to this. When you're exploring these, it's a good idea to have a camera, and it's also a good idea to have some guns. Now, the only guns I've got is a pistol. A pistol's not great against grids. It's not going to do a whole lot. It's more of a player versus player weapon. But it's better than nothing. I'm wielding a pistol and my courage. So I'm going to fly over to this signal and yeah, I'm just going to check it out. Hopefully it's nothing too dangerous. I'm going to get to 100 meters per second here. And then we're just going to cruise over. We might check out the other one if we've got time as well. So I'll see you guys shortly once I reach one of these stations. Alright, welcome back guys. We're passing one of them, which I believe is that asteroid down there. That's most likely a asteroid base, or it could be a crashed mining vessel. I can't quite make out what that is. Could be a space station. I think judging by its phallic nature, it's probably a blue ship. I'm going to hit the dampeners. Now you need to exercise a bit of caution with the SPRT ships because sometimes they call drones. We've got target lock. Obviously we have no weapon systems on the shuttle, so that's completely pointless. But I'm just going to approach it. If we have drones or drones spawn, our policy is run. Burn back to Earth, cannonball down into the atmosphere, and you should be alright. But I wasn't really planning on doing too much exploring of encounters, but they have piqued my interest. I don't know. I think it's probably just a big collection of steel plates more than anything else. But we'll go and have a little mooch anyway. So this is actually It looks like... Yes, it's the default blue ship, the big blue ship, which you can find in a couple of the vanilla starting scenarios, and it's the ship which always gets its head cut off in the Space Engineers trailers. Turrets have a range of 800 meters, so this looks pretty. This looks like a pile of steel plates to me, though. Obviously, if you die up here and you've not got a survival kit on your ship, you will have to build another ship to come and get this one, and you'll probably not know where it is. So be very, very careful. Quite a lot of steel plates here, actually. There's a few blocks fully welded, which is quite tasty. I'm going to try and take cover here. Ooh! Okay, there's no thruster components on it, though. I was going to say that might be quite juicy. Ooh, what's that? Ooh! Sweet! Wow, what a find. It's all hydrogen powered. Would have been preferable to find an ion one. But that is going to save us having to build a constructor ship. And, obviously, it's got a grinder on it, so we can actually use this ship to basically harvest the steel plates from the scaffolding here. Or, if you want, you could actually turn this into a ship, which would be pretty cool. Use it as a bit of a base. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different things you could do here, to be honest with you. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What a find. I'm going to make a GPS marker, so GPS blue frame encounter, so that we can find this. Now, when something is not owned by you, this is owned by Space Pirates, if you start grinding away at it or destroying blocks or damaging them in any way, you're going to lose reputation with that faction. Seeing as it's the Space Pirates and they've already got knickers in a twist for no reason, I don't really care about becoming peaceful with them. I'm more interested in taking that ship because it looks really cool. You also won't be able to access any of the control blocks. So when you want to access the control blocks, you're going to have to rebuild those blocks. You don't have to delete them or completely remove them. You just have to get them below the hacking level, which I'll show you in a second. So always fully scout these things out before you bring any of your ships over, especially my only way of getting back down to Earth. So at the moment, access denied. What does that say? Shipyard connection lost. Beacon activated. So if we look at this block, you can see it has a functional and a hacking level. Get it below the hacking level, and then re-weld it. You see our reputation dropped, but we can now jump in. We can go to the control panel. You can see you're going to have to do this for all of the blocks which show up in the control panel in order to fully own the ship. There is a mod if you're on Steam. I don't know if you can get it on mod.io. It's Easy NPC Takeovers mod. This will basically give you the grid provided you own the cockpit, any remote control blocks, any cryo chambers, and any seats, which pretty much makes sense. So once you own all of that, if I basically just grinded down this and rebuilt this as well, I would now own the ship. But because I'm playing vanilla, I'm going to have to do that for every single block, which is as painful as it sounds. But yeah, I mean, I'd highly recommend doing that. I'm going to turn this thing off. It's got 3 days of battery power, but I'm going to have to get control over the batteries, aren't I? It actually has a reactor, which we can't see. We've got an oxygen. Oh, we've got 2 oxygen bottles in here. Lovely. I'm going to... No, I need that. I'm going to pop them straight in there. Yeah, so I'm going to have to actually find the batteries in order to turn this thing off. Especially the reactor. The reactor's probably got uranium in it. I want that uranium. I don't want to waste it at the very least. So I'll have to go on a bit of a fact-finding mission, which might take a minute, because I have not seen this ship before, so I don't know its layout. I can actually see the reactor in there, though. Has 10 uranium in it, cool. That is very, very cool. Turn that off. The batteries will run out of juice eventually. It's got one battery, which has got 9 hours of power. I think the battery's down here, but as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, when you grind batteries down, you will not get the power cells back. So we can't actually hack the battery. We'd have to rebuild it with our own power cells. So for now, the reactor's off. We can kickstart that ship using the reactors. So I'm not really too fussed. We're going to leave that there, and we're going to go check out this other base. Or encounter. Once we get a flash for a Mayday signal, because I don't actually know relative to this where it was. I think it was on the way back somewhere. Maybe it was that asteroid? Bit annoying waiting for the signals to pop up sometimes, but... Yep. 6 kilometers. Alright, let's go. So that's a really cool find. I mean, we've got a construction ship ready to go there. We just need to bring up some power cells so we can rebuild the battery and then go around the ship and rebuild a few of the things. Obviously, it's hydrogen powered, so we're going to need to... I mean, we could actually dock it to this and use the O2H2 generator on this, or we could just fill it with ice because it has an O2H2 generator of its own. But that's going to save us a lot of time. That is an absolutely brilliant find. So it is definitely well worth checking these things out. But yeah, we got quite lucky with that one. Normally, there are some form of turrets on these. Whether it be Gatling turrets, interior turrets, normally there is something that can shoot at you. So I'd say that's probably an anomaly. Okay, I'm going to be very, very, very careful indeed with this one here, because if it's what I think it is, which is a hermit base, there are definitely turrets on it. Just going to sit here for just a second to make sure there's no bullets. Right, and we're going to be, yeah, like I said, very, very careful indeed. I think that's actually a gun. That's a gun, I think. That is a turret. Yep. Yep, they're shooting now. That turret's shooting at me. They're both shooting at me. Right, I don't think we're going to be able to make it much progress here. I probably could. I would literally fly in at 100 meters per second and try and do it that way. But it is very, very risky. You can see the entrance to the station there. Normally, you want to try and see if you can find a bit of a zone where neither turret can see you. Such a zone may exist. There we go. Don't do that. That was very risky and stupid. I don't know if this has got interior turrets on it as well, but let's have a little mooch. Got a big cargo container here. What goodies do you hold? 7,000 stone. Okay. Oh. I was going to say, that's a... okay, this is just a little storage area. Right. There is a turret there. I knew it. There's 2 turrets. Ooh, dearie me. Right. Something you can use to your advantage in a situation like this are blocks. You can use them as cover, and turrets can't see you through them. Hello? Right. What we ideally want to do is get beneath these turrets and grind down the block that they're on. So I'm going to slide under here. Mission Impossible style. This is the block the turret's on. So if I remove this block, the turret will no longer be powered. Haha! Make sure there's no other turrets. And then we're going to do the same for this bad boy up here. Is he on this one? He is. Right. Sweet as a nut. Door vault. Right. We've got this is a pretty decent base. We've got hydrogen engine. I mean, you could you could use this as a base, and in fact, I might use it as a base. The only thing is, it's a bit unfair on people who don't find this. I suppose you could build something very similar, but right. Okay, gravity just turned itself off. We're just going to be very, very careful here. Yep, there's a turret up there. We could try and just shoot this, but that's probably not going to work. I mean, we could probably literally use our jetpack and... Okay, that was a stupid idea. But it worked. Right, where is this thing? It is above. God damn it, why didn't he put gravity in here? There's a survival kit there. We want that. Like, now. Turn it on. Right. Hermit station. We can now respawn in space. Where is this? Aha! There we go. Right. This is a pretty decent little base here. What have we got here? Depressurize, reboot power. Let's get control of this. Last log, Milton Brooks. 14 years, 36 days ago. Crikey. Memories failing and these bones only support me due to the lack of gravity. And now finally, the radiation has caught up with me as well. I do not intend to fight it. I am done. I have seen what it does with one's body and mind. My place is among the stars. Crikey. I mean, you've got the facilities here to get back to Earth, I'm sure. Let's get rid of these timer blocks. And then we're going to hack these doors. Our next objective is to get rid of those Gatling turrets, which is going to be a bit more difficult. We're going to have to find out whereabouts they are. But now that we've got that survival kit, we should be able to respawn here, which is obviously a useful feature. We can also use that cargo container there if we hack it. Right. Let's see. What's that? That's the... Oh! Milton! Oh no! Oh no! You alright, mate? How you doing? Nice crib. Oh wow, okay. Now we're talking. A decoy, gravity generator, Rockets. Very nice. Home. Right, now let's tackle the problem of those turrets. Ah, they're solar powered, so they're separate grids. Right. We can try and do the old asteroid cha-cha, which is a move I made up, where you slide below the turret's gun depression range. But this requires some serious cha-chaing skills. Because it can depress quite far, as you can see. You might want to use the drill here. Oi! There you go, me. Oh well. I didn't expect this to go off without a hitch, but now that we've got that survival kit there, doesn't really matter too much. Just don't die before you've got the survival kit. Oh no, what have they done to you? Right. We can use blocks. What you can do is slowly slide up on it with the steel blocks, and then I'm going to have to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to tunnel. It's realistically the only way to beat the evil turret. Now, I would actually like to keep these on, if possible, because they're quite useful for defense. So if I can get them on my side. There we go. Alright, I don't know what's going on with my welder, but we now own that turret. Let's try and do the other one now. This is going to be a bit more difficult to do the old cha-cha. We might be able to actually use itself here. If we... Oh! It's looking at me. Slide under the solar panels. Look at that. Now that was smooth. And there we go. Wait, what are you shooting at? I'm on your side, you sausage. Did it just break the solar panel? Right, sick. Okay, whatever. So now we have full control over this base. And we actually have a little asteroid station which you could use to build ships. I mean, that this could effectively be a space station for you. Now, a bit tricky for me, because if I was playing survival and I found something like this, this is a pretty decent find, by the way, if you do come across it, I would probably just set this up as my base, as my starter base, and build out from here. But obviously I want to show you guys how to do a base as well, so we're probably going to use this as a bit of a staging post to store ores and things like that, because you can quite easily make something very similar to this, while I also show you how to construct your own base as well. So yeah, I mean, this is a really cool looking station. Hopefully all this is piped up. It's just going to take, obviously the one downside is going around all of this is a bit of an arduous process. We have got a hydrogen tank there, so we could actually refuel that construction ship. Nothing in that cargo container. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe to support the channel. And as always, take care, everybody.